If you had asked me to name my top 5 Frasier episodes, I don't think Whooping Cranes would have instantly come to mind. But as soon as I realised this was the next episode I was watching, I instantly became excited. A lot of it came flooding back to me. It's been a while since I saw this episode, but a lot of it was still stuck in my mind, and I absolutely adore it. So while I'm not saying with certainty it's a top 5 episode, it could be a contender. I absolutely love it. Whooping Cranes is the 15th episode of season 8 of Frasier. This is directed by Kelsey, and as always there will be spoilers from now as I go through the episode chronologically and share some thoughts. And it starts off with Roz coming over to Frasier's apartment with an important letter for him. Apparently there are tickets to a Sonics game. And we then have this great exchange, really fun exchange between Frasier and Roz. And then Frasier gives the tickets to Martin. And this is genuinely an emotional moment. It's not heavy, but it's really beautiful, because Martin then says that he owes Frasier an apology because he never thought he'd keep his promise and go to an actual game with him, because of course Martin thinks that Frasier's got the tickets to go with him. And I don't like, I was going to say I don't like the deceit. I guess it's not intentional, so it's not deceit. Yeah, it is a bit awkward though that Martin thinks Frasier has done this for them as a father and son, but at the same time it's a really beautiful, moving moment, and Frasier doesn't correct him or anything, and he is of course now going, and it's just lovely to see Martin so excited. Niles then comes over, and Martin and Frasier then usher Niles out of the door. Niles is unaware of where they're going, and then we're immediately at the game. I would have liked to have seen Niles's face when he learned where they were going. It's not essential, but I think that's a moment that I was really wishing we got to see. But it is lovely to see the three of them, the three Crane men, sitting side by side with Martin and then his two boys either side of him. And, well, Martin is looking very gleeful as he looks out at the court. Frasier and Niles on either side are both looking in opposite directions. It's brilliantly done, really beautifully framed as well. It's such a lovely moment. And Frasier and Niles are bored, so they're playing I Spy. It's a really great atmosphere, and there's a very enthusiastic Sonics fan there who brings something magical to it. They then start doing some seat swapping, which seemed a little bit random, but it actually is significant. They switch seats a few times, and then Niles makes some brilliant facial expressions because he's worried about his lips drying out, and then he is applying lip balm, and Niles' seat number is called out. And this is apparently, I assume it's a tradition, I don't know if it still happens, but if your seat number is called out, you get to go down onto the court and try and shoot the ball into the basket. And Niles, in a panic, goes down, puts his vest on, and he is just clearly very anxious. The lights go out. Niles, in his vest, is alone on the court with the ball. He bounces the ball. He loses the ball. He goes after the ball. We get some very dramatic music. He shoots, and he scores. And it's so emotional. Niles is in disbelief. Martin is in disbelief. It's just so magical. And we cut to the three of them returning home. Martin is so happy. There are so many messages on the answering machine with people phoning Martin, wondering, was this your son? Was this Niles who did this? It's absolutely fabulous, and Niles is clearly loving getting a lot of this really positive attention. I think not just in general, but also from his father and from people who maybe don't understand him. These are the kinds of people who don't necessarily see his academic success as being as great as his ability to get the ball into the basket. So to get a lot of positive attention from people who maybe aren't that bothered about his actual achievements, it's just really lovely to see. It's a lovely, lovely moment. We're then in Cafe Nervosa. Frasier is there. Then Niles comes in wearing a jacket he received from the Sonics. Niles leaves, and then Roz comes in, and Frasier remarks that this is all making Niles' head bigger, which is so funny because Frasier's ego inflates so much with the slightest bit of public success. So it's a little bit rich coming from Frasier. Then Roz had been dating a Frenchman, and she makes Frasier break up with him for her because she doesn't speak French, so she doesn't know how to tell him. And we meet Jean-Pierre, played by Philipp Durand, and Frasier speaks with him, and needless to say, Ross doesn't know what is being said, but Frasier is taking the conversation in a different direction because of something that Jean-Pierre said. He's actually in control of the situation and the relationship, and then Frasier is talking about something completely different, and things seem to go the way Ross wanted it to, but we, the viewer, know that that's not quite the case, but it was a happy scenario. We're then down at McGinty's, and Frasier isn't too happy, but Niles is delighting in telling his story, and they get into an argument. And I feel like this is reflective of what it would have been like when they were children, when they were competing for the same or similar things and vying for their parents' affection or the attention of their teachers or their tutors or whoever it may be. And I think it just is a little glimpse into what they were like as children. So they decide to compete by playing with the conveniently placed basketball arcade game that's off to the side in McGinty's, one of those ones where you have to get the ball about a metre away into the basket, and it becomes very chaotic, and this goes on for a little bit, and then we jump forward in time, the bar is empty, they're looking dishevelled, Martin no longer looks as happy as he once did, and it's fabulous fun. It's a really fun way to end things. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. And just seeing Martin so happy, Niles so proud of himself, the way the basketball scene played out was just fantastic. And it's glorious. It's a wonderful episode. I can't fault it. There was one tiny remark, I didn't write it down, but literally one sentence that referenced the fact that Daphne was away at this health camp as we know she was going, and the comment wasn't with the kindest language. But other than that, I'd say Whooping Cranes is absolutely perfect. It's a fabulous episode of Frasier. It could be a contender for an all-time favourite. I absolutely loved it, and I'm pretty sure that will always be the case.